So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go over what you guys had told me you wanted to do yesterday, which is we're going to do a health food scan. So if everybody can, if you haven't already grabbed your handout, we have a little picture. As you guys all know, Miss Smitham, always when I go shopping, I always look at the back of labels. And so now something that's become, before we go on, you guys already, you're very used to seeing how this is tied in with the standards. Don't worry too much about this, but you guys will see because we're going to focus on the function and the functionality and how these things tie into the real world. And then towards the end of the unit, we're going to get back to the standard. So you guys will see how it all ties together. So the next slide shows something that I picked up today when I was out shopping for school supplies at Walmart. And I found this label and it caught my interest because, as you guys know, I like to feel good and eat well. So I found something that says a 0-calorie sweetener, and I'm always looking for things that can help me to be able to maintain, to be able to metabolize fewer carbs. I try to go low. And you guys know about like a lot of the health food claims that they're talking. Okay, so yeah, I think a lot of people are attracted to this because right now it's super popular. When you go out to Vons, you go out to Sprouts, anywhere you go shopping.
Keto thing.
Yeah, you guys see this kind of stuff. And so the and so people are trying to go low carb. Have you ever heard of paleo or keto, anything like that? Okay, yeah, those are diets where people are trying to go low carb. And I personally, I like to go a little bit lower carb. It just makes me feel better. So anyway, so this is 0-calorie sweetener. And I'm thinking right away, not only do I like to reduce my carbs, but I also don't want to eat too much sugar, and nobody really does. So this is appealing to people who want to lose weight. So on the other side of the label is, it should tell you, so I always turn around, as you guys know, I always turn around to the other side of the label. And
one tap.
One more. I just really need to swipe this guy. So on the other side of the label, we've got maltodextrin. Okay, that's the first ingredient, and the second ingredient is monk fruit extract. So as you may or may not know, but the first ingredient, according to any food labeling in the USDA, is legally has to list the first ingredient has to be the bulk ingredient. Now, knowing that, so we know that maltodextrin is the major ingredient here. We'll talk about monk fruit, but let's just put that to the side. I don't have any problem with monk fruit. You guys can do some research on that separately to find out how does monk fruit affect the human body. But let's focus on the maltodextrin because what it's saying right here is it's listing every category. It has no fat, no sodium, no carbs, no sugars, and no proteins. I'm suspicious. Okay, maltodextrin. Let's do a little bit of research. Well, because we study biology, we know we're going to do our research. And you guys know what a fan I am of research. And so let's do that. So I went to Wikipedia. I love Wikipedia. And it says right here, maltodextrin is a polysaccharide that is used as a food additive. It's produced from starch by partial. We're not going to get too, don't get too bogged down by high. It's made from starch. So what is starch? You guys know it? Okay, you guys have seen that, in junior high school, you guys have seen that, where it's big, like potato, it comes from potatoes and corn, things like that. In the United States, it's agriculturally a really abundant food supply, easy to produce, very cheap, and so in the United States, they use this, and then they will take it in a big kitchen, and then what they'll do is they will hydrolyze it. What that basically means is breaking apart the starch. But what is the starch? It's saying that it is a polysaccharide. It's produced from starch. Okay, so what is a polysaccharide? From our list? Yes, we went over this yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So if you look at your list, you guys have, okay.
It's a starch.
Yes,
it's a type of starch.
And what kind of starch would that be?
Glucose?
No, not quite. That's further down the list.
Okay.
So right now the polysaccharide just means lots of what? Well, you were on to the right track. It's lots of sugars, but how are they, right? But they're built into remember we did our manipulative yesterday? It's like Okay, like think of pearls. Yes, like a pearl necklace, exactly. So,
Uh-huh.
and then, the starch is like these many branching chains of those. So you've got a whole bunch of chains that are cross-linked and everything. So they take that in a factory, think of all those pearls on a chain, and they take it in a factory and they acid wash it, breaks it down into something called maltodextrin. And I think that it's also can be done by a bacterial fermentation process or using plant enzymes to cleave the polysaccharide. Remember we talked about the scissors, the molecular scissors yesterday in our manipulative activity?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those scissors are actually the enzymes. And the polysaccharide then get broken down into, now, where would those molecular scissors be located in your body? I'll give you guys a clue. Yes, exactly. From yesterday when we did the digestive tract.
Again, yeah.
Yes, in the GI tract. Somebody knows their biology. I'm excited and I'm proud of you guys. This is awesome. So don't get too bogged down. Most people, this is like, I like to think of glucose looking like a molecule. You can represent it as a bead, as a pearl, as a bead. It can be represented as a molecule. But the idea is, imagine these forming a chain like a necklace. And so they get broken down into glucose. Well, let's take a quick look because maltodextrin is, so we say it's commercially available. So it has, according to Wikipedia, if you guys look at your handout on Wikipedia, it has the same glycemic index, no, higher glycemic index than sugar. Do you guys know, right, yeah, do you know what a glycemic index is?
It has to do with boosting your blood sugar, correct?
Yeah, it has to do with boosting your blood sugar. It's basically, yeah, so wait, let's go back. Wait, yeah, exactly. That doesn't fit in. You guys are smart. Exactly. Go back to our food label. So you guys measured out so what's a serving size here? What serving size do we have?
1 teaspoon, looks like.
Right, and then, so it's a 0 point, how many grams are in there?
0.5.
Exactly, and then how many grams are, we did it again. Uh-oh, yeah. So, so how many grams of carbohydrates are there? It says.
Looks like less than half a gram.
Exactly, so that's perfect. Now, how is that when we just found out that the major ingredient is maltodextrin, which is a carbohydrate, right? Now,
Yeah, it's confusing.
Oh, it's totally confusing. So I just happen to know, remember we talked about the bulk ingredients, so because I know that maltodextrin is the majority of the product, that basically by law they can get away with listing if you put even a fraction of monk fruit extract into that product. That means you're technically at 0.499999% maltodextrin, and by law, they can list it as 0% carbohydrates, and in fact, 0% sugar. So, your body is taking up all this sugar, and they can do that by law. So if you took so we're gonna do an activity afterward that like basically, I want you guys to look at your teaspoons. How much of this stuff do you think you're actually gonna use? Because we're gonna do a little activity where we adjust the serving size, because like if I doubled this, or if I reduced it, like let's just assume, so we know we're smart enough to know that it actually is 0.5. We're gonna round up. So really what we're looking at is if you have 1 teaspoon of sugar, yeah, if you guys have 1 teaspoon of sugar, then how much do you think you would use if you were baking with something like this?
Probably like a cup. Quite a bit.
Yeah, you would use a cup, and then you guys, yes, perfect. So you can see how many times greater in your baking, or like you use a half a cup of sugar, right? So you would need, so somebody can do the calculation and figure out how much 0.5 times, how many teaspoons would that be in a half a cup? or even a cup. You'd need a cup to bake cookies, or maybe even a cup and a half.
That'd be a lot.
Just get the idea. Okay, so we already know that this, so anyway, the bottom line is that you guys won't be fooled because you know about biology. And so we're gonna move on to the next activity, and we're gonna talk about proteins and DNA tomorrow.